Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Trade Ideas Live Trading Room recap for Monday, May the 9th. My name is Barry Haynerson. I'm the moderator of our trading room. This is the address to get into the room. It is a free room. I share my screen all day long, and the room is open between 9 and 4 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and I'm live on the mic also between those two times. So if you would like to take out a subscription to Trade Ideas, this is the link you can use, and you can use the code Holly, Holly, all in capital letters, Holly 11, the number 11, so Holly 11, and that'll get you instant savings off our monthly, annual, and our annual plus premium services. All right, slow day. Definitely a slow day for me. I'm finding Mondays can be like that. There are some, obviously there are some stars. I know one star today that I didn't get into, unfortunately, was bid. And Sammy B, I think in our room, he alerted us to it, but I remember him talking about it. I just don't remember when it was, but this was just a really nice play. So, I often say it certainly isn't just about me in this room. It's we have a lot of excellent traders, so that's why it's a free room. So you don't have to be a member of Trade Ideas. You can come into the room and you can just watch and see what we do. And again, Sammy B alerted, I think, around this area because I think he made a couple of dollars on this trade. So this was an earnings play, I believe. Yeah, it's an earnings play. Obviously, the market didn't like it and it drove it down, but it just had a phenomenal recovery. However, I did not take that one. I did take a couple other ones, though. Now, CLNE is our trade of the week. And this actually came into our email. Normally the trade of the weeks, and you can sign up for it. I'll show you how later on. You actually just send me you can just send me an email, info@trade-ideas.com, if you're interested in getting our trade of the week. Sent to you every Monday morning. Generally speaking, it's after the market opens, usually within the first hour of the market being open. This one actually we were sent, I think, about 10 minutes before the market opened, maybe 5 or 10 minutes before the market actually opened. This was an earnings play on Friday, so earnings is behind us. And if you take a look at the daily chart, you can see kind of what we're looking for here. Back this out a little bit. Stock that's been beaten up, bit of a pop down, and now, Friday had a nice day on earnings and maybe a continuation. And the stop is $2.78. It's actually right about here, okay? That is the stop. So as I've told everybody in the room, that if you are thinking about getting into this trade, just be aware that that's where the stop is. Just one second. Let me disable my emails. Sorry about that. Okay, so as I was saying, make sure your stop, you take in consideration that, you could lose on this trade. Believe it or not, you could lose on the trade. So I guess they're putting the stop basically at the low of Friday's candle, all right, right here. And so, a lot of people ask me, well, what do you mean by that in terms of how many shares to take, basing the number of shares you take on the risk that you're prepared to take on the stock? So my simple answer is this. Let's just say for fun that this stock was at 228, all right? Not 318, but say 228. And you were looking and you thought, you know what? I think it's a good level right now to get into it. Well, the first thing is you have to know how much you're prepared to lose. I mean, believe it or not, not every stock that you get into is going to go up. So how much are you prepared to lose on this particular stock? So if your risk tolerance is say $100 a trade, so in this particular trade, $100, if you get in at 328 and your stop is at 378, that's 50 cents away. So that means you could buy 200 shares of this stock. And if it goes against you and you go right down to your stop, obviously 200 times 50 cents is $100. That's what you would lose. So for every position that you get into, it's not just that, oh, well, I'll just buy 100 shares or 200 shares or 300 shares or some number that is just so arbitrary. The number of shares you buy should really reflect how much you're prepared to lose on this particular trade if it goes against you. And so you have to know what your stop price is, and obviously what what your entry is. That's going to be say 50 cents, a dollar, whatever that number is, and that dictates how many shares that you should buy. I hope that makes sense. So anyway, I am in this one. I don't typically swing trades, but I am in this one, 319. I think for me, if it went down through $3, I'd probably get out later on today. But I did buy, and I bought the number of shares I bought reflected that there was a stop at 278, even though I would probably get out at 3. And if it popped over 3 and got back into this area, it's possible I would get back in. Now, what did I do in terms of intraday trading? So let's just get back to a 15-minute chart. So SIMO, again, as I've tried to hammer this point home, Holly did not do that well today in terms of the profit and loss, all right? However, as I've said many times, this is the most important column I think that Trade Ideas has, this non-exit profit column. So for instance, SIMO was stopped out on a time stop, 11-cent loss. I believe that the hold was an hour. So at 11:38, here was the entry price. At 11:38, an hour after the entry, the stock was at 39.88. So Holly stops herself out, and it's an 11-cent loss. However, it does not mean that just because perhaps got stopped out on a time stop, that you have to just forget about this trade. So for me anyway, I was very interested in it because first of all, if it got over the whole number, that would be one thing. So as this was turning around, the non-exit profit, notice it's 38 cents, which means that it's at $4.38 now. So, if a person had held and not taken yourself out on the time stop, you'd be up 39 cents on this trade. I'm not saying disobey the time stops. However, this is, Holly has to, the way we do or try to figure out, people ask us all the time, how is Holly doing? Well, the only way we can do this is comparing ourselves against, say, the SPY. And so we have to have exits on all these symbols. Every single alert, we have to have an exit. Some are timed, some are stop hits. In other words, this one actually literally hit whatever there it is. The stop price was 61.37. It hit it. We're trying to go long, 62.04. It went down to 61.37. It got hit. You're out. This is a little more flexible because a time stop is a little more arbitrary. I mean, 60 minutes is more of an arbitrary term or stop. So why not keep watching it? And the minute this starts turning positive, this means that, what, maybe this, for all the reasons why Holly got into the trade at 40, maybe now it will start to work. Because remember, all these strategies have been statistically proven to be good for today. Doesn't mean they're all going to work, but the odds are in your favor. So that's why I'm telling people, keep watching this like a hawk. So anyway, I got into the trade at 40.08. Got into trade right about here. All right, right about, in fact, it was right there. Let me just horizontal line. Here, move this off. Sometimes I lose it behind the chart. Got in at 40.08 right here. See how it dripped all the way down here. Then as it was coming back, had a little bit of froth here. As it was coming back, actually I am wrong. You know what? I took the trade right around here, and I didn't get out of the trade here. I probably should have, but I was actually busy. And I didn't put a stop on this, like an auto stop. So I actually kind of got lucky on this one. But had this not happened, I would have got into the trade right around here anyway. So anyway, I'm in the trade at 40.08, and I'm out modest, 40.37, 40.30, 40.26, and 40.30. Just a modest trade, but working that non-exit profit. Again, on a day where I didn't see too many things happening, this turned out to be not a bad trade. Now the other one was JD. And JD, we were watching this one in the pre-market because here's where it closed. Sorry, of course. Here's Friday's action. So it closed here, but really hit on earnings. So you can see just had a massive, massive drop. I mean, $24 down to all the way down to about 22. So not a massive drop, but a big enough drop that in the pre-market, I certainly was watching this, and it was one of the stocks that I said we should watch. So Let's just expand this just a little bit. So I missed this bounce here. This was a nice bounce because look at the bottoming tail. As I try to tell people, these tails can tell a lot. Think about what's happened here. This stock has been selling and selling, even though these ones, these were bottoming tails, and the buyers brought them back up. Bottoming tail, buyers did bring them back up, but they kept hammering and hammering and hammering. This time, another bottoming tail, the buyers brought it back up, and this time it started to work. All right, finally kind of found a bottom, even though this topping tail meant, because remember, at one point this candle was all green. Now all of a sudden, and the buyers are looking good, but then the sellers take over and knock it back down again. However, it's still closed green. So this is perhaps signifying that a bounce is in effect. Well, I didn't participate here, but started watching it and talking about it in the room right around here. Notice this little bit of a pullback here. And I thought, you know what? If this can break through here, this looks pretty good. So I actually took the trade at 23.35, right on this break. Okay, it broke above here, and it took the trade right here at 23.35, and was pretty nicely rewarded in a fairly quick time. This candle just expanded, and then look at this, all the way up here. And I got out of the trade at 23.73 and a couple at 23.55. Now, interestingly enough, one of our posters in the room decided to go short right around here. I think if you see it on a 5-minute. Yeah, you see these topping tails. So you see what happened. Again, buyers are trying to take it up. Sellers knocked it down a little bit. Buyers took over again. Sellers knocked it down, and then this candle's red. And so this was a nice short by that individual. I think it's John Bednar. Nice short, and it's candle action. It's candle. I mean, look, nothing is 100% obviously, but when you start to see a couple of topping tails and then a red candle, there's a pretty decent sign that the sellers have, the buyers really tried hard to keep it moving up. But I actually said also that I expected resistance in this area anyway. We've got a whole number. We've got a top right there at 23.99, say 24. Right here in the pre-market at 24, that candle, and then the plunge. So I was looking anyway at this area here was going to be very tough to get through. But very happy with the trade. Very happy with this trade. Just a matter of watching it for a while and then pouncing on the pattern. All right, so that is it. Now, hopefully tomorrow is a little more active for me, though I don't have to be active. As I've said before in the room, I used to be a person who only trade 3 or 4 times a day anyway. And the only reason I trade more now is because, of course, I'm moderating the room and I'm trying to find ideas, and I probably discover more ideas because I'm actively trying to find ideas. But, in the past, I would just kind of relax a little bit and, 2, 3, 4 trades and just call it a day. Anyway, boom. Here again, if you want any of the, I was saying the trade of the week, info at trade-ideas, and I'd be glad to send it to you, the link for it. Again, free room. Share my screen, live on the mic. You don't, 9 and 4 p.m. Eastern. You do not have to be a member of Trade Ideas to be in the room. But if you'd like to take out a subscription, this is the link to use, and the code is Holly, Holly, all in caps, Holly11. And just so you know, Holly and the other premium services, which include our RBIs and GBIs, pattern recognition, green bar and red bar ignored, and our price alerts. So far, I don't know when this is going to end. It might be the middle of May, it might be the end of May, but right now you can still get the premium services as a one-time license fee. But that's going to go away. A one-time license fee, what that means is, with these codes, you can get it for $770 and it's yours for life. And that means that if you ever stop trading for a while, and you come back, resubscribe to Trade Ideas, it is still there waiting for you. But that's going away very, very soon. We'll be offering the premium service as sort of an add-on on a monthly basis. So I think that what's going to happen is you're going to have the TI Pro will be $99, and the add-on will be, say, $90. I think the total is going to be $188 a month. Or $18.88 for the year. But that means that every year it's 1888 to renew. So right now every year it's 888 to renew, and if you had already bought the premium service, it's there for you. So all I'm saying, I'm not trying to scare anybody into rushing in right now, but just so you know that the idea of being able to buy it as a lifetime license is coming to an end pretty soon. All right, thanks for listening, and I hope to see you in our trading room tomorrow. Bye bye.